This episode was called The Basement, but it should have just been called Good Piranha Hunting.
I wanna fold clothes for you. I wanna make you feel good. Baby, I wanna do the right thing.
Hey y'all, it's producer and I'm coming at you with episode 6 of season 2 of Luke Cage, The Basement. And like I said earlier, I don't know why it's called The Basement. That's something's missing me. But anyway, let's unpack this episode. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss. So it picks up right where last episode left off. Like we don't even get like a title sequence like we did before. Right into it. And basically the Jamaicans are fishing. You know, they're fishing for a piranha. You know, so they're like calling him out. He was like, Luke, release the guppy. Like they really try to reel him in, but it's not working. And then they both escape, but before they find out information as to why the Jamaicans want piranha, the guy just counts to 5. I mean, counts to 1. I thought it was like a bomb attached to him, but no, he just says rasclat. And me and Luke were trying to figure out what that means. I think it's just a Jamaican phrase because they said it casually later on in the episode. And so he just knocks him out. So yeah, they're trying to hide piranha because they're like, you need to figure this out. You need to figure this out because I don't know what it is, but we got to get you out of here. So they're trying to figure out a bunch of places for them to go. And because of what happened at, at his party, at Piranha's party, and what happened at the Family First Initiative with all the heads on spikes. Yeah, they had Shades goes to Harlem Paradise and tells everyone to lock it down. And Comanche is joking around. He said it would look like, oh shoot. I'm upset. I had it. What was it? Okay, I'll get back to it. But anyway, they're trying to figure out what the T is. And so we cut to Misty and the captain. And they're thinking about what they should do with Mariah. And Misty's upset because he's going too soft on Mariah, but he's upset because she went into Cockroach's apartment pretty illegally, you know. Misty's cool and all, but like if she was any other police officer, I would be like on my Black Lives Matter stuff so much, talking about police abuse of power and stuff, but we ain't gonna do that because I like Misty. I shouldn't do that. But it's just a show as well, too. But when she leaves because she's upset at him, we find out a bit more information about the backstory between the captain and Mariah. They used to date in high school, and he offered protection, but she wasn't trying to do that because she didn't feel like telling him a bunch of information. So, well, interesting stuff. And and also he married some girl named Kayla, which is his wife now. But then that was interesting because now Luke he finds a spot in the theater. It's a theater. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna hide you here, Piranha. But if you wanna work with me, you're gonna tell all the information that you know. What do you know about Mariah? What do you know about Bushmaster? How are you all connected? And he tells him freaking everything about like how he told people about finances, about the merger, inside trading, and it's a whole bunch of stuff. But that's throughout the episode. It wasn't like instantly, but he starts at this point. And then what's it called? Comanche and Shades figure out they said this earlier at the at Harlem's Paradise, but if they're trying to find Luke, not Luke, they're trying to find Luke and Piranha. If they want to find them, where's the most likely they would go? Most likely place they would go? The barbershop. So they go to Pops. And so they're staking out and they're looking out if anything happens. And of course, nothing does. And then so we cut to Misty having dinner with some guy. I don't remember him. I hope I'm not supposed to remember him. I thought he was Bailey for a second, but that's not Bailey. Man, my nose is super itchy and I don't know why. Anyway, and she confesses that she almost tried to plant evidence to him. And it gets used like... So we cut to Bushmaster and his uncle, I think. because he says he's in the restaurant and he says bye to his aunt. And then his aunt was like talking about baby and everything. So I'm like, oh, so if that's her husband, then does that make him his aunt? But anyway, Bushmaster talks to his aunt. I'm gonna just call him Mesero. I mean, waiter. I did it again. And he's talking about you need to let it go because all this violence, this terrorism. Interesting, he calls it terrorism on the streets. It's not working out, especially for us Jamaicans, because it gives us a bad look, and he doesn't care. Bushmaster doesn't care about the look. He just wants revenge, and he's like, no, you don't need revenge. You need to put it past you. Build something for your generation. I think this conflict could have been a bit more interesting if it was like more explored. You know, maybe if actually that would have been very interesting if that was Luke's and Bushmaster's, like they were conflicting, because I like that conflict. I think that's super interesting as a villain and a hero conflict type of thing. How to like solve issues. Actually, no, I think that's been. Actually, no, it's been done. That's nothing special, but I still liked how it was presented. And then what's it called? There. So we go back to the stakeout, and then what's his face? Cockroach and Shades. They're talking about everything, and Shades pretty much tells him a bit more than he should, and then he regrets it a little bit later. And Comanche, he doesn't really tell too much, but he tells him about like, you need to be a leader, and he's like, no, I don't want to be a leader because there's more to life than that. I hope you can see that. So very interesting. Tells you like Luke Cage got some great villains. Like you really care for the villains type of stuff. You know, I don't think we've ever. I think honestly, Diamondback's the most drab villain. Like he has a tragic backstory and everything, but that's really it. That's really it. I think he pulled some strings earlier, but like out of Cottonmouth was at the top. Bushmaster, Mariah, Shades. Yeah, Diamondback. He's really not that interesting character-wise. And then, so Mariah is in a fit of rage. She's like drinking a lot, and because she feels that like she has no one to trust. Everyone has gone against her. See, I keep looking out the window because it's pretty rainy where I am, and it's cloudy now, but I feel like it's about to downpour soon. So I really need to hurry up. But anyway, she's really upset, and she's drinking, and she's talking to Alex. And because she just called Tilda and Shades and no one picked up. And what I thought was really interesting is that she referred to Luke Cage as her sworn enemy. And like that's the only thing that's gonna fix this mess with Bushmaster. I think that's super interesting. And then this scene, a lot happens in this next scene. So the Piranha, we go back to Piranha and Luke, and they start talking about their dads and their issues. Well, I shouldn't say it like it's a whole discussion. Like Luke sort of reluctantly talks about his father, and he doesn't even talk much about it. And then he talks about, oh, we need to call the cops. So he calls Misty, try to meet him there, because Misty's like, oh my gosh, I've been trying. Where are you? We need to know information. And then he tells her like what the Jamaican taxi cabs look like, but then one drives away. But while he's on the phone, when he gets off the phone, he goes find Piranha, and Piranha's been poached. He's been snatched by the Jamaicans. They found him, which sucked. It was alluded on earlier because they looked at the scene and they saw that it looked a bit different. I would have overlooked that if I was a crony. And then the next scene. Remember, not the next scene. And then Luke, of course, gets Piranha back, and Piranha is still on his fanboy. Like he's a little consumed by money. And I, of course, would not like shoot my friend for fun. Like I wouldn't do that. But we're sort of like in a situation like this, I will be spazzing out. I would be doing extra, like in the beginning, where he was like saying, "Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit," every 5 seconds. That would be me. That would be me. Like trying not to get shot. And then so there's like partner problems in the next scene between Mariah and Shades, because they're trying to figure out what should they do. Oh no. And because he's like, oh, we need to get out. And you're like, what do you mean, Paris, Milan? Like, no, you need to get out, period. And then she realizes what happens. She's like, I should have listened to you, Shades, but I was consumed by the money. I was so greedy I couldn't hear you. all this type of stuff. I'm like, yeah, lady, you really don't care. And then so they try to figure out what to do, and then he's like, yeah. Like it just suddenly clicks because she's like, I know a lot of Bushmaster's family works at Gwen's. So it's pretty much implied that they're gonna try and kill everyone there to like stop Bushmaster emotionally, but that would just fuel him more. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Oh, since I called something last episode, I'm gonna call this. They're gonna kill the uncle that I was talking about, and that's gonna really fire Bushmaster up and his aunt. And then Misty resigns in the next scene because she's afraid of turning into Scarf and planting evidence because she doesn't trust the system. I'm like, if you don't trust the system so much, why did you become a police officer? But whatever, she resigns, and that's super interesting. I wonder if she's gonna be like a vigilante like Luke Cage. And then Luke finally hides Piranha in the sanctuary with his father. And his father goes with it because he's like super religious. And I think his father gets excited because he's like, oh yeah, maybe Luke will finally be with me and he'll stop trying to stay away from me. But then Luke calls and he's like, I have Piranha. I mean, he calls Bushmaster like, I have Piranha. If you want to see him, you have to. We have to fight, which was stupid because I thought this was like episode 13 type of stuff. But no. But I see why they held it off because he said he wants a fair fight, and so he goes to the bridge, and they talk about but he tries to find out information about Bushmaster, and then they fight. And then Bushmaster, when he looks like he's about to go down, he cheats and paralyzes him. And then he kicks him down into the bridge. And since he's paralyzed, he can't swim. So like it's implied that like Luke's going to sort of die or something. And I'm sitting here like, you can't find out information about Piranha if Luke is dead. And also, this is probably why that final fight's I didn't realize how this last portion would be a bit longer. But it is. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. What y'all think is gonna happen? I told you a little some of my thoughts. You tell me some of y'all's. And yeah, I will see y'all whenever.
You ain't talking money, it's something I don't care about. Black and money minded, they call me a low, let me out. Beyond cloud, I put a rest to the naysay. I only know getting money, my only attack is